Today we are going to talk through some elements on how to set up your classroom library within all elementary grades.
So the first thing you might want to think about when setting up a classroom library is how you're going to mark your books. When marking your books, you have a couple options of how you might want to do this. The best way that Delana and I both think that you can do it is by color coding each genre, and then you can put labels on the outside of your books, like right here on the spine, that you can print off on the Avery website. So Avery Supplies has the little tags that you use for garage sales. Those you can get on the website. You can get a template to print them, and you can have each genre and your class name put on these. Alternatively, you can go on Etsy and you can order a stamp that will stamp the inside of your book with your class library name, and that's just a little more pricey. You might want to also write your name on each of these books, like in Sharpie or whatever, just so you know that these are your books and they belong to your class. That way each student knows, hey, I can return them in this area.
To go further into detail on how to organize by genres, you will want your students to also have access to any reading level that they feel comfortable with, and having multiple genres listed out with multiple colors. You could even have a chart put up on the side or anything like that, so they know which colors match with which genres. Me and Dayna both agreed that having a teacher's favorite section spot was a brilliant idea in helping students kind of gravitate more towards the books that they think that others might like as well. We also thought that the genres of having biographies and autobiographies, such as the Who Was books and chapter books, fiction chapter books by series numbers, and science books, whether that's weather and animals, or fantasy, mystery, and even Mark Twain nominated books and art books having their own color code for each genre within it.
Another thing to go along with how to organize your library and the logistics of it is that you can have a sign in and sign out sheet for the books, and have each student know the process and practice the process of when you take out a book, you write your name down, then you write down the book that you checked out, and then you write when you checked it out. And that way you can kind of figure out if this book has been missing for a long time, then you know that you need to go find it from whatever student has it. So it's really great to think about, so that way you don't start losing books after the years. Another thing that you might want to think about is having a class librarian. And the Reading Rockets kind of had a differing opinion on this. I think it's a great idea for the students that just need an extra task or an extra job, just because they like to feel important, they like to feel included, and they have a job and a place. And Reading Rockets said that really I want all kids to take ownership and responsibility for the classroom, but I also want to put kids to know how to put the books back where they belong. I think the beginning of the year I will have a basket for books to be returned, and I need a home basket, and train kids how to return the books. Then I will gradually phase out this job when the kids have been trained. So either one that you want is you start with a librarian or you have a librarian all year. Either one really does help the students each to take a turn and each to understand hey, this is part of my responsibility, and then that grows with them and they learn how to do things together.